Welcome to Cryptoperdiem. In today's video, I want to have a look at staking on polymesh blockchain by Polymath. Before we get started, I'd just like to say in this video, there is no financial advice. I offer no financial advice. Please do your own research and make your own decisions. So let's get right into it. I've got an article here entitled An Introduction to Polymesh Tokenomics. We're going to jump down to the staking part, start reading. So, staking secures the network by aligning the economic incentives of node operators and stakers to the correct operation of the chain through rewards and penalties denominated in PolyX. It is an important aspect of the nominated proof of stake consensus mechanism, which defines which blocks get written to the chain, as well as the rules and incentives of Polymesh. With Polymesh staking, the node operators and stakers work together. Stakers back node operators of their choice with PolyX, and both are either rewarded or fined based on the operator's performance running their node. Okay, and if you want to know more about the fines, what you can do is there is a section below in this article which gives you details on the fines, but we're not really going into that in this video. Right, let's continue. Stakers can be any PolyX holder whose identity has been verified through a customer due diligence process. So in order to stake on the Polymesh platform, you'll have to be KYC'd in AML. Okay. Staked PolyX may be simultaneously used to signal support in Polymesh governance. Block rewards and fines. Block rewards and fines are the carrot and stick vital to the Polymesh nominated proof of stake consensus mechanism, and therefore proper chain operation. For each block created, the node operator who created it is rewarded in PolyX along with their stakers. Failure to meet the performance standards of the chain, however, could lead to the operators being fined in PolyX. In future, stakers may also be fined pending governing council approval. Rewards and fines are calculated and enacted per error every 24 hours. So you get, when it comes to the staking, you get paid out your rewards for staking every day, all right, every 24 hours. So they're calculated and enacted per error, okay, per DM, some would say. All right. Says block rewards, the total block rewards pool per error is a product of the nominal rewards rate and the total PolyX staked on the node operator. They are then split by a number of factors. The error rewards are evenly split between the node operators based on the performance of each node. The node operator's commission, a percentage of block rewards claimed by the operator, is subtracted from the operator's payable staking rewards. For Polymesh mainnet launch, the maximum operator commission will be set to 10% and is subject to change via PIP. Remaining block rewards are split as a percentage of PolyX staked on the node operator. This includes the node operator's stake. Block rewards are newly minted and rewarded each error, increasing the total supply of PolyX up to a maximum annual inflation rate of 14%. Maximum inflation is reached only with a 70% staking ratio. Block rewards are structured to incentivize this ideal staking ratio. When there is less than 70% PolyX staked on the chain, the rewards rate is higher. But if the staking ratio is above 70%, there is less incentive to stake on Polymesh due to a lower rewards rate. The ideal staking ratio of 70% was selected because it properly balances the security for Polymesh and availability of PolyX. And we see this diagram right here. So as you can see, once we get to 70% staked, the reward rate will be 20%. Okay, now interestingly, you can see here that let's say only 10% of people are staked, then it's a 50%, oh sorry, yeah, there you go, it's a 50% reward rate, and then you see how it goes down as you go along. So at 30% staked, it's about 25% rate here, and it goes down to 20% at 70. Okay, so the good thing by that is if you're an early adopter and an early staker and you get in there before the staking pool is up to 70%, then you're going to get higher rewards, okay, which is a good thing. So it's good to get in early, and if you're going to stake, start staking from the beginning. So get yourself sorted as soon as the mainnet is launched. Sort your KYC and your AML out, sort out everything, start bridging your poly over to polyx and get your staking started ASAP, so you can start earning your rewards, and then more than likely your rewards are going to be greater. Okay, so that's a beautiful thing. Let's move over here. There was a few bits, I believe, in the white paper. Yes, no, yes. Right, okay. It's not really no extra information that you need to know, but you can go and read the white paper, because they have got some tokenomics in there. All right. I do believe I've read that in order to be a validator or to operate a node, I think you need to have like 1,000,000 poly. So if you got 1,000,000 poly, then and you're interested in operating a node, yeah, could be something that you can look into and register for. Okay, but me personally, I'm not one of them big whales, so I'll be looking at, just the staking. All right. So what I wanted to do is just give you an idea of what's possible with staking in terms of passive income, and I was just going to use like a general amount. So to make it nice and easy, we're going to say 10,000 poly coins that you can transfer at a 1-to-1 ratio to polyx. Remember, once the polymesh mainnet goes live, you'll have a year where you can transfer or bridge your poly into polyx at a 1-to-1 ratio. I mean that, you know, and then so based upon that, you can see where the circulating supply of both polymath and polyx is going to be changing all the time. Okay, it's going to be increasing for polyx and decreasing for polymath. Now, in a perfect world, all the polymath tokens within the year will be bridged over to being polyx, but that might not even happen. So you might end up with a situation after a year that not all the tokens, the polymath tokens, have been converted to polyx. So you have a situation where you still have polymath tokens as the ERC20 token, and then you got the polyx. So polyx ends up with a smaller circulating supply than polymath did originally. Which is fair enough. That's all good. All right. And then so if you then wanted to get polyx, you'd have to do like everybody else. You'd have to sell your poly, and buy your polyx separately. Okay. So let's have a look at the staking then. So 10,000 poly X, 10,000 poly X over a 5-year period. The interest is accrued and the rewards are given daily. All right, and let's say every week you didn't sell any of your rewards, you took all the rewards you received for the week and you staked them. What would be the result? Well, after 5 years, you would now have 26,741 poly, and that's based on a APY, effective annual rate, of around 21.7%, and that's because of the compounding. All right. Obviously, we know it could be a little bit less, could be a little bit more, depending on the staking ratio. If it stays around 70%, then that's what it's going to be, there and thereabouts. So that's an option. If you're looking to just hold on to your poly, you don't want to sell any of it, you're holding it for the long term, could be 5 years, could be 6 years, 7 years, whatever the case may be, then staking is a good option to increase your holdings, while you're waiting to do whatever it is you wanted to do. Another option is quite simply just to sell your rewards as you get them. So if you had 10,000 tokens at 20%, let's say average per year, you'd get 2,000 tokens per year. And for me, I'm aiming for a price of polyx of around $3 to $5. So let's say $3 a coin, then you're looking at 6 grand a year. All right. and then you can break that down into the months if you want to and get your monthly income. So these are options. You can get a monthly income from staking depending on the amount of coins you have, or you can save your coins and compound your staking and increase your holdings over time that way. And then you could do a bit of both, right? You could do a thing where you say to yourself, well, you know what, if I can do compounding, so every week out of my rewards, so a certain amount of my rewards I'm gonna stake, a certain amount of my rewards I'm gonna take. Okay, and you could do it that way. There's options, there's different ways you can earn a passive income from staking, but I think it's very viable. And going forward, we got because at the moment they've got the I don't know, how do you pronounce it, Alcyon Testnet 2. let's hold on one second. Right, this thing here. Okay, I don't, sorry if I don't know how to pronounce this properly, but yeah, on this testnet, staking is not available to test. But when the incentivized testnet is launched on March the 31st and then goes live for rewards on April the 13th, we'll be able to properly test out the whole staking mechanism. And don't worry, I'll be doing videos and I'll be showing you, you know, how it's done, and giving my opinion on it. Again, I don't offer any financial advice. This is just for your education. Do your own research and make your own decisions. But these are the options that we have here before us. I mean, I know a lot of us, man, we might be in a situation where we bought these coins because we're looking for it to moon in the short term, and then sell the coins and do what we got to do. And for some people, that's absolutely necessary. I mean, we all have different situations in our lives that we're dealing with, but sometimes you got to consider all your options. And staking and having a passive income is definitely something that can basically be feeding you on the long term, depending on how many coins that you have. It might be more beneficial for someone to stake rather than just sell at the first available point, you know, where they get a price that they like. It might work out better to stake and earn passive income over the long term and over the years to come. And then if polymath becomes what I think it's going to become, you know, a major player in the tokenization of securities for decades to come, then you've got an asset and an investment that's going to be feeding you and your family for a long time. So I mean, that's something to consider. But like I said, this isn't financial advice. Do your own research. Okay, so hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button. You can subscribe as well. Follow me on Twitter. Okay, that's Cryptoperdiem, at Cryptoperdiem on Twitter. All right, and only thing else left to say is have a good day or have a good evening, depending on where you are in the world. I'm out.